We're here in California's capital, Sacramento, and a look here at the Capitol building. The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, Anthony Davis.
Well, something special about him, guys, is just how good he is at winning the so-called second shot game, going hard to the offensive glass, salvaging points with his putbacks.
And you've also got to love what a forceful low-post defender he is. If he blocks one of your shots, you remember it. He sends them into the stands to make a point.
Earlier this season, it was Sacramento coming away with the loss in this matchup against the Pelicans. And that game moved the season series to 2-zip.
It was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought, they gave the hostile crowd a lot to cheer about, frankly.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jumpers, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was right through the roof, and you can't win when that's the case.
No good from Cousins.
Well, for those of you who've been sleeping or under a rock for the last few years, Anthony Davis, the #1 pick of the 2012 NBA draft, is 6'10" with a 7'6" wingspan. The all-time NCAA freshman record holder for blocks in the season and a potential superstar big man in the NBA.
And for Davis, outstanding in the NBA from day one.
Yeah, defensively an elite shot blocker and rebounder, and offensively very talented as a ball handler and finisher. He just needs to get stronger. And as he grows, as he matures, I think Davis will be a perennial all-star.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
And there's the feed to Gordon. And stolen by Thornton. All alone, the big dunk at the end of the break.
Boy, extremely opportunistic, leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all five guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
Q passes to Keenan. Q, Salmon's covering, kicks it out to Gordon. And stolen by Thornton. And now in transition is Thornton. Here we go. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
The Kings shooting their first free throws of the game.
Well, solid numbers for this club from the free throw line this season, shooting about 77% collectively.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Thomas kicks to Cousins. That's in there. Thomas with the assist.
Good job creating an easy bucket there.
The New Orleans Pelicans come into this one after the win against the Clippers.
And they did just what you have to do as a road team, guys. They never allowed any momentum to build up against them. It seemed like every time they took a punch, they had a counter.
You'll like this, Steve. Reverse spurtability, we call that. They had any defensive lapses, they immediately made up for it with some instant offense.
Here's Thomas following the basket by Anthony Davis. Cousins dishes to Thornton. On the wing, Salmons. 11 feet away, and there are the Kings with another bucket. But Clark has seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team can kind of ride the momentum and take control of this game.
And here is Thornton following the three from Q. He kicks to Davis. Gordon, the pass to Holiday. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Q, and another three for New Orleans.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
For the Sacramento Kings, their last game a loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Well, with the number of turnovers they had in that game, guys, it was going to be an uphill battle all the way.
Well, especially, Steve, when you couple the turnovers with the soft defense they were playing. I mean, that's a bad combination. Turning it over and then not defending.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Holiday, the pass to Q. Uncovered. Landry grabs the miss.
First miss of the game after 4 makes, so it's been a hot start.
Thornton with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. And there's the foul. It's on Q. That's his first foul. The Pelicans making a switch here. Smith has checked in. Thomas kicks to Selmans. Into Smith. Here's Q. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
Great look. Disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
Gordon against Thornton. Tries from 10. And too long on the shot.
Even that close to the hoop, when you see that kind of defense, I think you got to move the ball back out to the perimeter.
And it's Gordon penetrating. Back to Holiday. There's a good screen. The kick out to Anderson. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Anderson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
A chance here to see how the Kings rank in the NBA right now. 9th in free throw percentage, 10th in rebounding, and they're in the top half of the league in challenging those shots. The opponent field goal percentage, the top half of the league. Not bad.
I'm impressed most with their free throw shooting that you talked about. This is a team that really focuses from the foul line. They shoot the ball well from there, and as a result, they're constantly looking to attack to try to get those free points at the free throw line.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, Monty Williams was just going over the plan with his team. There was one thing he emphasized, getting a complete group effort on the offensive glass. He drove that point home very strongly. So still in the opening quarter, and already some adjustments being made. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Nash comes in for Drew Holiday. Knocked away. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Here's Nash. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Nash has got his first bucket in this one.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
You know, people look at Steve Nash, guys, and I don't know if they automatically think tremendous athlete, but he is. He's a different type of tremendous athlete. He's not going to blind you or amaze you with his running and jumping ability, but it's his agility, his coordination, his balance, the fact that he's ambidextrous, not only with his hands, but with his feet. I mean, he's equally balanced going either way with the ball or on his pivots. And he attributes a lot of that to playing soccer and ice hockey as a youth.
Here's Nash, averaging 8 points a game. .152 left to play in the first quarter. Over to the left wing. Meeks dishes to Anderson. Clock at 6. Q passes to Smith. Shoots from the block. Another one falls for New Orleans. And for Nash, his great agility really helps him on the offensive side, certainly. And change of speed and direction and shifting all over the floor. He can keep defenders off balance. Always has been able to do that.
Yeah, but defensively is where he's suffered here the last couple of seasons, just losing a little bit as he's aged. But, you know, a smart player and understands how to survive defensively out on the floor.
The Kings trail by 11. .111 left to play here in the first. Here's McCallum. Oh, that's blocked. There's the lob to the hoop. Out of bounds. Sacramento takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys.
Dishes to Thornton. Kicks it to Cousins. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Cousins has got his third basket of the night right there. Pelicans leading by 8. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Backcourt, Holiday and Gordon. Davis is out there with Chris Kaman. And it's Q in at the 3, the small forward. Back to Davis.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Ball stolen. Here's Holiday. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Agility leads to thievery there as he got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Plays like that are telling the story of this game for me so far, Clark. They cannot afford to hand over any more easy points like that.
There's no question the big news for the Sacramento Kings is they're still the Sacramento Kings. After a nail-biting last couple of years, they saw the team flirt with moving to Virginia, Anaheim, Las Vegas, Seattle. Finally, a new ownership group committed to keeping the team in sac.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
Kaman passes to Q. Pass to Holiday. Gordon for 3. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists tonight. And for all the Kings fans, what a great victory. Former 3-time NBA All-Star and Sacramento native son, Mayor Kevin Johnson, instrumental in securing financing for the new arena, and Steve campaigning with the league's owners to keep the team in Northern California.
I think it surprised everyone, Kevin. Seattle made such a strong bid. I think most people felt the team would end up in Seattle, but Johnson did his job. Sacramento stepped up to the plate. And I think it's great that the Kings get to keep their team, and hopefully Seattle will end up with one in the next couple of years.
2 open that time, made it look too easy. Holiday's got the lead up to 13 now for the Pelicans. For Sacramento, they've gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. Thomas kicks to Cousins. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
Well, this is what happens when he gets on a roll. You are not going to see a better rhythm shooter than him.
And Holiday, here we go. Here's Q. Off target from 3-point range.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. A moment now to look at the all-time list for blocks in a season. 7'4", Mark Eaton with 5.5 blocks a game. Wow.
that is a ridiculous number, Kevin. Eaton was a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. Just a 4th-round pick out of UCLA back in 1982. Tell you what, he sure panned out for the Jazz.
Anthony Davis, the #1 overall pick in 2012. An interesting note here, guys. He and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist were the first college teammates ever to be selected with the first and second picks of the draft. Bet you guys didn't know that.
Gotta love it.
The Kings making a switch here. Fredette is checked in.
You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 5 assists tonight.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
And Clark, you mentioned the 2012 draft. Also, when you look at Davis and MKG and then Bradley Beal, also the first time that 3 college freshmen, Steve went 1, 2, and 3.
And not to mention all 3 players coming from the SEC.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, strange, but a lot of promise from that draft. A lot of good talent, and I think it bodes well for the league going forward.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hi, Kev. Well, Q in their last time out against the Clippers played some outstanding basketball. He had 37 points, and as he had the typical big game assist-wise, finding open men to come away with a healthy assist total, too. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing, Clark.
Yeah, I agree. I was just glad I got a chance to witness it. It's always such a special night when a player of his caliber gets so locked in and focused.
And, in an 82-game season with so much talent, every once in a while, everything's going to click. And that was definitely the case that night. Well, we get a chance to check out the stats for Marcus Thornton. Since the break, he's shown his stuff in multiple areas. He's averaging 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Yeah, how valuable player he is for them, Steve. Scores are always valuable. He gives them such a reliable option every time they have the ball.
Carl Landry's checked in for Marcus Thornton. And so it's New Orleans with it. After the made shot from Thomas. Kaman dishes to Roberts. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. The shot's good from Q.
Now let's see if that triggers another explosion from, remember, he hit 3 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Double team on Thomas. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. And now let's take a look at the teams leading the league in assists since the All-Star break. Pelicans, number 1.
Kevin, since the All-Star break, it seems as though they've just gelled together. The chemistry is much better. The unselfishness and the willingness to make the pass is there.
And so here is New Orleans. It's Davis on the wing. He's covered by Landry. And there's a whistle that goes on Luke Richard Mbamute. So for the Pelicans, Anderson, he's checked in for Kaman. Darius Miller comes in for Davis. And Anthony Morrow subbed in for Eric Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Anderson passes to Morrow. New Orleans needs to get off a shot, and the shot is good. Anderson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Pelicans.
Well, I'll bet his teammates love playing with him. He's distributing the ball perfectly.
Well, he keeps everybody happy, and you know what? The assist numbers don't lie.
He's starting to put it together now, guys. He's added 2 3-pointers after hitting 1 in the first.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Q, covered by Outlaw. Q passes to Miller. The pass to Anderson. Lays it up and banks it in. Anderson's got 9.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. And that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
And so here is New Orleans. Jimmer Fredette missing on the 3. And Anderson gets it to go.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Fredette gets a screen from Landry. And there's the foul. And that does it for the first half of play. Pelicans lead by 14.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Now let's go straight to the Monday night halftime report. The New Orleans Pelicans have the lead against Sacramento. Their hot streak continues, looking good so far. Q in the first half, amazing. He's got 12 points, and in addition to that, he's been a factor on the glass as well. A couple of helpers, too. For the Kings, a different story so far. They've got to do a better job protecting the ball and valuing each possession. They've not done that. Their turnover numbers way too high through 2 quarters. They got some great minutes out of DeMarcus Cousins. He's got 12 points and has been very efficient, converting his shots into points with a nice field goal percentage. And we'll be heading back to the court for the rest of our coverage as we go to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. An exceptional performance from Q.
Yeah, we have, Kevin, and that's exactly what this team needed from him. He's been terrific.
And you know what, Steve? A double-double in 2 quarters of play, guys. I mean, that's nothing to complain about.
Thomas and Thornton pairing up in the backcourt. Landry and Cousins patrol the paint. And it's Salmons in at the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. The Kings trail by 15.
The big story in New Orleans, guys, is the change of the name. From the Hornets, a name that came with the team when they relocated from Charlotte to the brand new Pelicans. Now, Pelicans might not be the most intimidating name around the league, but it does have a nice and special connection to the city and state.
Boy, that's some physical basketball out there. I'm glad I'm not in the middle of that. A hard pick and an assault on the bucket.
Old school stuff there.
There was a lot to like on that play.
Now, here's Thomas. Landry with it. Picked up by Davis. Landry against Davis. Landry no good. Well, Clark, and I really didn't know you knew this much about birds, but the brown pelican is indeed the state bird of Louisiana. Their numbers have rebounded dramatically after being hard hit by the Gulf spill. So a representation of the city's triumph, Steve, over great adversity.
Well, I'm happy it was something that is connected to the city. I'm talking about the name, the Pelicans, because remember, originally this team was known as the Jazz, and that made sense. Utah Jazz made no sense. New Orleans Hornets made no sense. New Orleans Pelicans make sense, guys. Well, the lead isn't getting any smaller. I mean, this is an incredibly well-rounded performance for this club on the road.
You know, that's the thing, Steve. To dominate as they have in front of a hostile crowd, really impressive.
And the basket by Thornton.
That one goes down, but offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the third quarter.
New Orleans leading by 17. Outside Holiday. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
What a stellar outing in this one for Q. He's got 14 points and 4 blocks. Good contributions for him offensively with the assist, and also making some nice steals.
Well, you're right, Clark. He's been equal parts creative and disruptive.
The Kings trail by 18. Thomas with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Stolen away, and a fast break now for the Pelicans. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Holiday's got 13.
They've been good on all 3 of their shots since coming out of the locker room at the break.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Holiday against Thomas. Salmons kicks to Cousins. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Guys, DeMarcus Cousins, the 5th pick out of Kentucky back in 2010. Nobody questions this guy's talent. He has tremendous skill. Players with his size and skill don't come along very often.
Jason Thompson, he's checked in for Sacramento. Clark, you mentioned the size for Cousins. Physically, he can overpower, Steve, a lot of players.
Yeah, tremendous rebounder, and he can get to the foul line. Offensively, you know, he's got the ability to step out onto the floor and make shots, and he's really got the total package. The question is, can he just improve his overall game? Can he continue to mature and become the dominant player that he's capable of?
It'd be interesting to see him on a good team, you know,
Yeah.
with some real nice role models on that team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, people rave about his skill set. Here's Holiday after the made shot from Thompson. Holiday dishes to Gordon, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And a chance here to check out the all-time single-season leaders in assists per game. The Utah Jazz's John Stockton, the featured player.
Yeah, and Isaiah Thomas cracking that top 5. This is one of those stats where you have to credit the teammates, too. You got to have shooters and finishers to complete the play, and those two, of course, played on some great NBA teams.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Cousins, the pass to Thornton. From the arc. Gordon with the defensive effort.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point. And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Sacramento's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting, but they recover it. And Cousins gets it to go.
a top-notch offensive rebounder. Clark, it seems like he's always around the ball.
Yeah, it sure does, Steve. One of those guys you've got to find when the shot goes up. Get your body on him or he'll embarrass you.
Pass to Gordon. Q. Salmon's covering. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot by Holiday, no good. The Kings trail by 20. Thomas off a pick from Thompson. Salmons from outside. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 6 assists now in the game. New Orleans has gotten all but one of the three-pointers to go down in this game. They've gone 7 of 8 so far. Passes it to Q. And another 3 for New Orleans.
And that's his first 3 of the second half after really lighting it up beyond the arc in the first.
And, you know, for the Kings, with a new ownership group, a new coach, a new front office, and a new downtown arena on the horizon, it's exciting times for the Kings fans and a lot of newfound optimism around this team, too.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
And Holiday kicks to Gordon. Here's Q. They get it again. Kaman's shot is good. And the Pelicans lead by 19.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Thomas with the ball. 8 points for him. And Cousins kicks to Thomas. Thompson dishes to Thomas. No good. Good D by Holiday. And the Kings, a team that experienced a period of great success in the 90s, back the late 90s and early this century. But they had undergone a 7-year playoff drought, and Steve, times had gotten pretty dire.
Well, there's a lot of change in the air in Sacramento this season with new ownership, new management, new coaching, and some young talent with Ben McLemore. So I think there's hope going forward for the Sacramento Kings. Boy, they've really dominated on the glass, and of course they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor.
Thomas against Holiday. The dish now to Thompson, and he dunks it down. And that's how you exploit a gap in the D, I guess, huh?
Yes, sir. No soft finish there. Major power.
Wow. He knows an opportunity for the highlight reel when he sees one.
Now here is Holiday. 13 points in the game. Pass to Q. Launches a 3. Salmons grabs the miss.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not. Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. And his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. New Orleans moving it around. Gordon outside. Here's Davis. Second shot opportunity. Here's Q. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Q's got 14 points here in the second half. Here's Salmons. Shot denied. And he's got a 5-by-5. Holiday with it. Now Thomas defending. Kaman passes to Q. And Thomas over to help. Holiday inside the line. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Holiday's got 15.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Thomas kicks to Salmons. Another steal. Down low, Holiday, and the layup's good off the glass. He's got 17.
And he just used his height that time down low. That's going to be pretty hard to defend against.
Here's Thomas. 8 points for him. He kicks it to Cousins. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. He's 0 of 2 at the line in this one.
Well, he's shooting about 74% from the line this year, guys. A decent percentage.
2 shots.
He doesn't get the second one. And And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Pelicans on top, opening up a huge gap. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between two teammates, completely in sync.
Pelicans leading by 21, so the Pelican 5 right now. Q, he's in at 3. Gordon is out there with Nash. Then there's Chris Kaman. And it's Davis in at the 4 spot. Thornton for 3, and that one's good.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. He gave him a wide open look there.
The Pelicans have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Landry. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And it's blocked by Kaman. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Knocked loose. And there's the rejection. Here's Thomas. Addison setting the pick for Thomas. And the basket by Thornton.
I think he's best as a spot-up shooter. When he can play off of his teammates and find openings on the perimeter, just catch and shoot. He's got a quick release. Beautiful stroke.
He does such a nice job of getting himself squared up and in perfect position before the ball gets there, preparing before the pass.
Gordon against Thomas. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Well, since we hit half number 2, he's finally come around. The first half was not his best, obviously.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Pelicans. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
Well, their passing also continues to be outstanding, Clark. In the second half, we're really seeing a good, efficient offense as a result of that ball movement. And he continues to shoot well after that blazing first half.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Double team on Thomas. He dishes it to Thornton. Feeds to Salmons. 6 to shoot. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Kaman's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside Holiday. The pass to Q. Doubled by Thornton. Kaman inside. And the basket good. And the Pelicans lead by 17.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket.
Double team on Thomas. And there's the foul. It's on Q. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
That's his 3rd personal foul. 2nd team foul.
Thomas goes in. It's Salmons on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Salmons got 6 points in the quarter.
Great looking bounce pass to set up that play.
Holiday, the pass to Q. Left side, Gordon. Passes it to Q. Oh, and jammed down right over Carl Landry.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And I love how he goes with that one-hand tomahawk slam. Beautiful.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. High arcing shot.
Boy, they've really won the battle of the boards in this one, Kevin.
Gordon, the pass to Q. Outside Holiday. He feeds it to Kaman. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And you're right, their ability to get the rebound, a big help here.
Always a big help, and because of that effort, they're going to win going away.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, Monty Williams was just going over the plan with his team. He told his guys that they needed to be much more patient at the offensive end. They're wasting possessions, he said, with bad shot selection. He also talked about their defense in the open court, saying, don't let them get comfortable in transition. We need to shut down their fast break. It's pretty late in the game to be altering the game plan, but they're going to come out with a different look here, guys. Back to you.
Thanks again, Doris. Rob. Here's Q. They get the rebound. Kaman laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Pelicans lead by 18.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots. Well, it's been a tale of 2 halves, hasn't it, guys? After a terrible first half, he's really picking it up.
Q. Salmons covering. Here's Q. Doubled by Salmons. The feed to Davis. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Holiday goes in. And it's blocked. Out of bounds. Sacramento takes possession. .135 left to play here in the fourth. Thomas kicks to Salmons. Another steal.
Well, what we saw here tonight is one team just had everything going for it and the other didn't. Huge margin of victory for New Orleans.
Agreed, Steve. And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. Clark, I think that was a big part of their success.
I love the way they scored fast break points tonight here. It was a key factor in coming out on top.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
You know, this is the 3rd consecutive matchup for them against these guys in the season series. It just seems to be a really good matchup for them.
Yeah, it does. And there's one more game to play in this season series, and barring any major changes to their team, I think the sweep will be in order.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Q. What more really can you ask of a guy? I mean, when he comes out and gets a triple-double, making contributions all over the place tonight.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Outside Gordon. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth. 6 to shoot. Pass to Q. Doubled by Thornton. Here's Kaman. No good. Nice D from Cousins. Sacramento's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Thornton dishes to Landry. Nice open look, but it's no good. Here's Q. That's good from 17 feet away. Q's got 33 points.
Boy, you relish these sorts of road games where you come in and you get the job done.
In a long schedule with the kinds of pressure of travel, tough opponents throughout the season, it's always good when you play a game like they have here.
So we see New Orleans taking the W here. How much to be critical of with this win, Clark?
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Steve Nash. You guys faced a team tonight that really gave a strong effort, yet you were able to overcome them in the end to pick up this victory.
You know, we knew that we had to find a way to stick with it. At the end of the game, you just try to hang with it for your team and try to make plays for your team. And guys were making plays at both ends of the floor, and we played pretty good basketball.
Steve, we appreciate the time. Kevin?
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us.
Your flight crew wants to be the first to welcome you to Los Angeles. Please prepare for landing.